Pursue Family, and welcome to Dating After Divorce. My name is Joy, and I am based in Dallas, Texas. I have been in Dallas for the past 4 years, almost five now. I am divorced, and I'm a mother of two. I have a 15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. And here we are in Dallas in a new chapter of our lives. Divorce finalized for me in 2015. And yeah, I've dated since, but we really separated in 2011. And so I had time to adjust and get into my new normal, as well as my children have too. So, on this show, Dating After Divorce, I am going to be talking about a variety of different things from, are you ready to date? Right through to online dating, the do's and the don'ts, and how to protect yourself in this phase of life, as well as how to honor the person that you currently are, as well as the person that you are becoming through the decisions that you make when you date. It's so easy to get caught up in emotions and feelings and then just boom, like you're down the road, or you're further along in time and realize like, oh, okay, I've been with this person, and you don't want to invest your time in somebody who's not sure about you, or get married and end up divorced again. We want to make better choices so that we can have the relationships that we ultimately deserve and we desire. So, welcome to Dating After Divorce. Like I said, my name is Joy. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm 42, mother of two, right? So, let's get right into what I want to talk to you about today. This was one of the very first things that I had to do when I became newly single. And it was difficult. I can't even lie. It was very difficult, but I needed to step back and ask myself, what happens? I mean, the way things played out in my situation were breathtaking. Yes, I wanted things to be over. Yes, I was tired of the marriage. Yes, I made some terrible decisions myself too. And I wasn't this angel that I always, thought I was. I'm sure that there were days when he looked at me and just wished that, I would go on vacation just like I wished he would. But I had to ask myself, like, what did you do in this marriage that led you to this point? Because nobody gets married and has a goal of getting divorced. Divorce is difficult, even when we desire it, and even when it's beneficial for us, because it's not just us, the husband and the wife, that get divorced, but it's the family, and it can really feel like a death. And what I realized for me, the moment when I said, look, you can't keep fighting here. You've got to, cut your losses and move on. I was in the ring by myself, and it took me a while to catch on to like, listen, it's time to let it go. But it was in that moment that I began to grieve, because literally it felt like a death. And so here's where I'm going with this. I had to take time out to ask myself, what did you do that contributed to this moment? We have to step back and self reflect. We have to be sure that we are in a healthy place mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, to be sure that we are ready to date, because this dating world is nothing like what it was 10 years ago. And in 10 years' time, guess what? It's going to have advanced so much more as technology gets. Increases, or gets more technical. I don't know how to term what I want to say, but as it advances, right, so will how we date advance. And so in 10 years time, people will be like, wow, it was different in 2019 when I was dating. But we have to ask ourselves, because you don't want to repeat cycles. I don't want to get married again and find out, oops, I did it again, made the same mistakes. So I had to take the time out to ask myself, what did you do? It's easy. It would have been easy for me to simply say like, oh, well, I was a good wife, because I honestly feel like I was a good wife, and just blame everything on him. It's easy to blame the other person, but it takes two to tango. It could never have just been him by himself. I had to contribute in some way. And so we have to ask ourselves those difficult questions. And sometimes we don't like the answers, but we have to, and you've got to be doing this so that, again, you can honor the person that you are becoming and be the wife or the husband that you are called to be. So, for me, I had to be honest, like I say, and it turns out that I made some decisions based on pride. so many people around me could see that this was going nowhere, but because I was already in and I was already emotionally invested, and I wanted what I wanted. I just, whatever, to the hand, and we're going to carry on doing what we're doing, and this is where we are today. I mean, sometimes you stay in a relationship for too long, other times you have no business being in that relationship, other times we continue to reward poor behavior simply by staying and not issuing any type of recourse for that behavior. And so it becomes okay to be a recycle that just goes on and on. Other times you're the one who stepped outside of the marriage and you cheated. Whatever it is, come to the realization of what it is and own it. Own it and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and ask yourself, what did I learn from this? And how can I avoid this? How could this have been avoided? And what will I use out of this lesson to improve on who I am and the decisions that I'm making? And how will I honor myself as well as my future husband, my future wife, based on what I've learned here? It doesn't have to be, a horrible set of events that takes us to a place or that takes us to divorce. It really can be a stepping stone to edifying the person that you are going to be, or the person that you really are right now. I wouldn't be here talking to you about dating after divorce if I didn't go through the divorce, and I didn't go through it and come out just bitter or just blame him or just mad at the world, because that was supposed to be my happily ever after. But it doesn't work like that. Life is life is just not like that. So self-reflect. If you need to go to therapy, then go ahead, go to therapy. There's no shame in that. Go ahead and deal with it, because sometimes what you're going to find is that there are deeper issues that we used to mask, or we used to, we have issues that we will mask with these relationships. Or if I just am with this person, then I don't have to deal with the little girl that's inside of me that's hurt and that she still needs to heal. No, that little boy that's inside of you that needs to heal. Deal with those things so that history doesn't repeat itself. Because the truth of the matter is, marriage only magnifies what's on the inside of us. So if you have hurt and brokenness, loneliness, that's going to be magnified in the marriage, because marriage is not the cure for hurt. Marriage is not the cure for loneliness. Like, it's so much easier to deal with lonely while single than to deal with lonely while married. So you can't wait, and you can't tell yourself that I'll wait till I'm married to be happy. No, you've got to start being happy now, because even in the marriage, you're going to be waiting for different seasons of that marriage to be happy. And that's robbing yourself as well as your spouse of the beauty of who you are and what you are bringing to the marriage, because you have something on the inside that needs to be worked out. So get the help that you need. Deal with whatever your past is, whether you are somebody who has dealt with childhood sexual assault, somebody who has witnessed abuse, alcohol, whether you have mommy, daddy issues, whatever it is. Deal with those things. Get the help, get the therapy that you need, go for counseling. Um, Sometimes all you have to do is write an unsent letter. Unsent letters are awesome. Just write, and sometimes all you need to do is write one letter and it clears up what's on the inside of you. Other times you're going to have to write several letters, because what you want to do is tap into your subconscious and let out things that may have been blocked before. But it allows you to set things in perspective, and it gives you a clearer view of who you are and what you really want out of life. Again, it's an unsent letter. You don't have to send this to anybody. Burn it, rip it up, do what you want. But all you want to do is get what's on the inside out. And now you have a new perspective. The thing about the unsent letter that makes a lot of people uncomfortable is because it highlights the things that need work on. And so now here's where your accountability and responsibility comes into place, because now you have to follow through. But do that hard work. You want to be a whole person. Now I brought a pair of shoes to help me highlight this point that I want to bring. These are so comfortable, by the way. I can be in them all day and they just feel great. But anyway, that's not what we hear about. But this is left shoe and this is right shoe. They make a perfect pair of shoes, right? So now each shoe is whole. Each shoe can complete its function, what it was created for and what I bought them for, right? So now this is a whole right shoe. This is a whole left shoe. Nobody makes you complete. Your spouse, your future husband, your future wife is out there in a whole person, and you need to be a whole person. So you need to deal with your issues now in advance, because there's no such thing as, oh, they complete me, oh, he completes me. No, you should be complementing each other, never completing one another, complementing each other. Because what essentially you're saying is that this left shoe is half a shoe. Now, if we bring right shoe in with left shoe and left is only half, then it's a totally useless pair of shoes, because I can't wear them to go anywhere. And I've wasted my time, my money, my energy, my resources in acquiring this pair of shoes. And that's what your marriage would be if you're not healed and you're not whole. So, this is Dating After Divorce, and this is the first episode. And I'm just here to talk to you, or what we discussed is the importance of healing before you get out there and start dating. Like I said to you, I have so many great tips for you on online dating, profile creation, how to make your profile stand out, how to make date night interesting. I have amazing date night ideas for you, both men and women, because listen, it's not as difficult as people are making it out to be. Dating is fun, and the amount that I've done, which is not that much to be honest, has been very interesting. But based on my professional background, I am in these fields all the time. And so I want to bring in some of those tips to help you, because I do implement them in my own life. And so that's why dating has been kind of like, it's been good. I just have not met my match yet. But, you don't give up hope. You keep on, you one foot in front of the other. And sometimes you need to step back, because you really can get burnt out. Another thing that I do want to talk about on a future episode is PTSD, dating PTSD, dating burnt out, or getting burnt out with dating. So it's going to be so many more exciting topics that I do want to cover. So definitely come back, and welcome to Dating After Divorce. This is going to be so much fun. Until next time, love yourself and love other people.